All right, we are live. Welcome to the Profit First Show. I'm your host, Jay Askew. And if you're new here, welcome in. If you're not, welcome back. Now, in today's show, we have four crazy topics we're going to be talking about. We're going to be watching people blow through their tax refunds. As we know, most Americans don't even track how much money goes out and how much money they get to keep. They're excited about these tax refunds, but they're fooled off of not knowing or ignoring the whole fact that it's their money to begin with. The second topic we're going to go and react to are Meta AI glasses are trending right now. The internet is turning against it because there's privacy that is being invaded, and people are very bothered by that in the United States. The third topic is going to be a teen is actually or not is actually, but she actually got fired over saying no and not serving Trump supporters. So that's going to be really interesting. And I'm actually going to see both ends of the story. So you're going to be here experiencing it with me. I dug deep to get both sides of the stories from the actual people that were a part of the experience. And the last topic we're going to go over is a guy got his $4,000 laptop stolen from him. He got robbed, and he did, I guess, an investigation himself and was able to get his laptop back. Pretty interesting. But yeah, so like always, we got some ground rules. If you all are replying in the chat, then we will have a conversation, whether you agree, disagree, or whatever. You share your thoughts. We're going to have a conversation in between each segment. And without further ado, let's get into the first topic, which is people blowing through their tax refunds. They're just spending money blindly, man. Or maybe they're wise about it. But anyways, let's go ahead and tap into it. And let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Let's get it.
We got our tax refund. Yes, it was deposited, and here's everything we did with it as a family who is tired of living paycheck to paycheck and wants to breathe a little bit, and who wants to start a savings account. So for starters, we paid off my vehicle. I have a Jeep Renegade, and we owed $2,800 on it. Paid. Proof. We paid all of my Affirm off, which was because I'm saving interest by paying it all now. Instead of $900 some dollars, I only paid $816 and some change. Proof. My husband, I don't have proof of his, but I did watch him physically pay all of his off this morning, which was another like $830. And he also got on and made the payments to pay off the loan we had to take out the beginning of last year, which we owed $3,500 left on that, which brought us into $7,955.
So it sounds like this individual is paying off a lot of debt, which isn't bad at all. The more important thing is to not get into more debt. Now, for those who don't know, you can break up your payments in a weekly basis and you'll owe less money in interest because you're making more frequent payments on loans that are acquiring interest on a daily basis. So what this means is, let's say you owe $10,000. Well, today you owe $10,000. Tomorrow you owe $10,000. And for the next 29 days, you owe $10,000. And then they charge you interest on the whole entire $10,000, which is what you'll pay in interest. But if you end up paying, let's say, your payments are $1,000 a month. I'm just throwing numbers out here. Your actual payments are $1,000 a month. And then you can break up $250 every week, which is $1,000 every month, which means once your first week is paid, you're then getting charged on the interest of what, $9,750. All right. Anyways, you're paying less interest over time because you're making more frequent payments. But let's continue, because I wasn't actually confident that she was going to pay all or most of her debt with the tax refund. So shout out to this creator. Let's continue.
Which left us roughly $160 left over, which I did kind of split. So like my husband got some spending money, I got some spending money, and then there were some extra things that I needed to get. But paying all of that off has now freed up about $700 a month that we will be able to allocate towards other things. And the only other debt we have is our 2 credit lines through our bank and my husband's care credit card, which we use.
So I'm going to pause right here. When most people keep a vague, and this even goes to people like us, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you got to know where your money is going. When people just blindly say, yeah, that's $700 that we're just going to be able to like spend on things, more than likely it's not going to end up in a good it's not going to end up in a good spot. It's not going to create more money for you. We're all about making more money by making our money make more money. Have your money that you work for make money babies, and then spend the money babies, or reinvest the money babies, and you have compound interest. But when people just blindly say things like, yeah, we're going to have more money to like spend on things, this is how we ended up here in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You get excited, you see a couple extra bucks, you think you could spend here, spend there, then what do you know? Next thing you know, something happens, you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're in debt, you're owing more in interest, and over time, you're just like, where is my money going? All right, we got to track every dollar. We got to live by percentages, not by number amounts. If you run up on an extra $700, then it's like, okay, well, let me reinvest this because we were living fine without it. Then why do we need to add it into our expenses and be responsible for even more bills just because we see the extra money? You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what keeps people trapped in the rat race.
Used for his tooth extraction and my dog. So here's to living a little bit more comfortably and being able to breathe and not stress finances every single second of my life.
That's what's up, though. It does sound like she's moving in a more positive direction. At the end of the day, I need to make sure I know where my money is going, even before I run up on the extra $700 per month. I would put that into a whole portfolio. You know what I'm saying? Like invest it, or at least a brokerage account with a high yield savings account, to make money. Because at the end of the day, if you don't know what you're going to do with it, then it's more than likely going to get wasted. You are your biggest investment. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Let's go to the next one.
And for my girls with kids, let me tell y'all what I did with my tax money. In 2021, I literally saved my money and decided to go buy me a house. Now,
I just want to pause right now. Here we go with these people just wanting to own something, but you owe the bank so much money. What is it about people when it comes down to home ownership that makes them feel like they benefit so much from it? Like, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm genuinely confused. We know you owe hundreds of thousands of dollars. Most people owe hundreds of thousands of dollars because they want to own a home. You don't own the home. You miss a payment. You're at risk of losing the home. Even when you pay off the home, you owe property taxes. You don't own anything in this country. You owe very little. You not owe, but own very little. What is it about a home that people are so fascinated about? Because yeah, they can say, oh, well, rent is so high. Well, everything is so high. I mean, your debt is so high, especially when you get a mortgage. Like, make it make sense. And most people talk about how a house is an investment, but they do the renovations and they pull out credit. And I'm just like, they pull out loans from their credit and stuff. And I'm like, bro, it's not making you money every single month. It's not an asset to you. It's an asset to the bank, because you're paying them extra money. And then you're borrowing more money to make it look prettier. And then you're like, come on, man. Come on now. What is it? What is it? For my homeowners out there, what is it about homeownership that's so great? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather pay rent. If anything goes wrong, call up the maintenance guy. Don't got to cut grass. Don't have to worry about, again, damages and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? No property taxes on an apartment, at least in Virginia. and then guess what? I can put the extra money that I would spend on renovations on a home, on all these extra fees, and I could put that into something that's going to make me more money over time. But let me know in the comment section down below. Let's continue.
where I messed up at was buying a house and I know what come with the house. Yes, I love my house, but y'all, it's a lot that come with it. But I can say I would rather be in the house than to be paying somebody rent, because I have a place that my kids can come back to. It's something
I just want to hear about the list. Okay, so number one, she has a place that her kids can come back to. Let me continue. Let's continue.
that I want to keep, because I really got it. I got it at a 3% interest rate right at the time. That's when they low. Like, I got my house when the interest
I don't care if it's a 1% interest rate. It's still free money to someone.
rates was low. So my thing is, what I'm trying to say is, do something that's going to benefit you and your kids for longevity, like long.
So far she said that she has a place that her kids can come back to. Her kids can come back to an apartment unit. I mean, even if you want to rent a home. Like, bro, we're talking about like owning a home, owning the debt that comes with it. She said, I wasn't expecting all these things that come with it. Like, that's exactly what people get trapped in when they get a luxury car. They have to pay a luxury price to get basic things fixed. The oil change is not just a regular oil change anymore. Cost wise, it costs more because you are owning a luxury car. It costs more to maintain it. A house costs more to maintain than an apartment, or renting a home, or renting a townhome. Like, what are we talking about here? Your kids don't care about none of that. That's you.
Long term. You gotta think long term. Cause that money goes so fast. Like, we all know that it's fun to get it, but it goes so, like I was saying, the money go by so fast. And like, if you have like a car,
Which is why you should put your money into something that multiplies it over time. You need to be making money faster than you spend it. You know what I'm saying? Like, like what am I missing here?
this is something else I do too. I do this if I ain't got nothing else to do for real. But I put however much my car note is a month, I put that amount in a different savings account, and it get draws out automatically. So it's like you won't have a car note for the year, because you have totaled up your payment for the year, and you put that amount within your account, and then you just automatically get it withdrawn. So that's like money that you're not taking out of your checks normally.
Okay, let me get this clear. So the tax return that you get, you put it into a high yield savings account. She's not even worried about interest at this point. She's just talking about having it sitting in an account. So when the automatic payments come out, then the money is getting taken out from what that tax return is. One, it's your money. The government is giving it back to you. They made money off of your money and then spit you out the bones, right? And with that extra money, you're not using it to make more money. You're using it to pay bills. This is exactly what they talk about, or what Robert Kiyosaki, a lot of y'all don't like him. I don't care. The book it helped me. I can only speak for myself. It helped me understand better money habits. It doesn't help you earn money. You're using it to pay bills. You need to pay yourself first. You are your biggest investment. All right. Not only that, but she's not even paying her car note off in the best way. We just explained in a previous video that or the previous clip, that if you make more frequent payments during the month or during the year, whatever, then more money will go towards the principals. Less money will go towards interest because you're making more frequent payments. But most people don't know about this, or they ignore it because they're focused on paying bills and just trading their time for money. It's so sad, man.
It's just there being drawn out automatically from your taxes. So you can do stuff like that. Like, do stuff that's going to help benefit you and your kids throughout the year. Because we know it get hard at the end of the year. So try to make it easy for yourself when you get your taxes. Like, it's a lot you can do. Find a way to find something that can make you extra money. That way you can...
Okay, so we're getting somewhere now. Let's see what she's got to say. You don't need to be no rocket scientist or no accountant to know these type of things that I'm saying. This is just general information that the educational systems don't teach us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not blaming the school system. You got to invest into yourself. You got to read books. You got to be around people who have money, who know how money works. You know what I'm saying? Putting yourself in different rooms. But let's continue.
Triple the money that you got by turning it into more money. What else can you do? Of course, get your kids summer gear for the summer. Put some up for savings. What else I be doing? Oh, this year I will be remodeling my house.
Here we go, man. Listen, shout out to my homeowners out there, man. I know y'all are working hard. I'm not even being sarcastic, but at the end of the day, home ownership is not beneficial to those that have to take out a home loan. We're paying free money to the banks at the end of the day. Just so you can own something, just so you can have more space. Like, whatever happened to the word sacrifice? You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened to the word, we got to be or not the word, but the mindset of being uncomfortable for a certain amount of time to get where you want to be and actually benefit from it. It doesn't benefit you to have hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt in a 20-year loan paying interest. I don't care if she said it's 3%. I don't care. 3% of 100,000 is $3,000. 3% of $300,000 is $9,000. I don't care. And she's not paying only $9,000 in free money. The renovations, that let's add that on top of the extra $9,000 she's paying because she wasn't able to pay it off in cash. Now, most of you might be like, well, Jay, most people can't pay it off in cash. Do you know the numbers? I don't go by numbers, man. I don't live by statistics. Statistics are meant to be beaten. Every time there's a new statistic, every time there's a new record, athletic wise, every time there's a new record in your family, every time there's a new record at your job, that's a new baseline to beat. That's how I view the world. That's how I view how high my potential is. You're limitless. But at the end of the day, most people, again, they want to flex ownership. They want to flex, yeah, this is my house. We got a big home, Oh, yeah, we have our own space. We can do whatever we want. It comes with a cost.
Because I want to redo my den, because I have a nice big den that's boring and I want to make it super nice. So I'm doing that.
So it's not even a need. It's not even a need. It's a want. You want to, you want to, because you just want it to look nicer.
And I'm going to remodel my kitchen. So you just got to be smart. When you get this money, just, shopping is fun or whatever, but
you're still shopping, baby. When you go out here and you say you want to renovate your home, you're just shopping, and you're shopping at a bigger scale. You're just not coming home with the bags. You get what I'm saying? You coming home with whatever you want to renovate. And that takes time and that takes debt if you're not able to pay it off in cash. Why would you improve a home if you're not making money from it? Why would you improve a home if there's nothing wrong with it just because you want to? This is the trap they want you to be in. You know what I'm saying? You're keeping up with the Joneses. Where did you get this idea to improve something that was already working? Like, you have a home, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who is actually looking in your home and be like, man, you know what? This could be a little bit better. Let me go ahead and take out $15,000 to redo this. What? Homeowners, y'all got some explaining to do. Let me see what the comment section has to say on this one. Someone said, I pay all my utilities up for a year, stock up on house supplies, and at least 6 months. Then I shop for my kids. Another person said, I'd rather take trips and make good memories with my kids. Bills will always be there. That's true, but you're going into debt, or you're just blowing your money. You're blowing your money for memories. Hey, maybe I'm the only one that looks at money differently. I see it as a tool, not as a way to build memories that's going to cost me more money in the long term. It's your money. Like, when they get it back, when the government gives back your tax refund, that is your money. Capitalize on that. It's your money. It is your money. You worked for it. It's your money. Say it with me together. It's my money. How many of y'all remember that commercial? I remember as a kid, there was this commercial that would go on my grandma's TV, and it would be like, it's my money and I need it now. It's like it's your money and you about to blow it now.
I don't know how much taxes that y'all got, but me, baby, I'm blessed. Thank ya. Y'all talking about I'm gonna spend all my taxes. Baby, no, I'm gonna buy me a car. Give me somewhere to stay. Responsibilities. Yes, baby, I'm gonna have my things. When I get my taxes, I always take care of my responsibilities first. My kids do need things, but they're not really wanting for it. Myself,
So I got a question too, because I've heard a lot of people, when they get their tax refund, they put money down on a car and usually do their best to pay it off in cash. Now, as I believe that's a wise decision, my fear with that would be getting a car that's not going to last too long. Like, I'm hearing year after year after year, people use their tax refunds to get a car and buy a cash car. Why is that such a big thing? Like, and if it was a longevity move, don't get me wrong, I'm not for the car loans at all, even though I have one myself. How long are these cars actually lasting people? You get what I'm saying? Because if most people who get their tax refunds want to get a cash car, then why are there so many more people that are getting a cash car the next year and the next year and the next year? Like, how long are these cars lasting y'all for real?
I do have to, I don't have to, but I am looking for a bigger place. because my kids are much older now and they want their own room, and I think they deserve their own room, and I need more space for myself. We are in a
You know what? And I just read the caption. She said she got 12 kids. I was about to give her some slack and be like, sure, you know, you want to do well for your kids, but and then I saw 12. 12. T- Y'all ever heard of the disciples? Like, bruh, 12? For real? My eyebrow can't even stay still right now.
3-bedroom, 1 bath, and we have 12 kids, and it's me and my husband. So how the fuck is that working? Like, we gotta move.
If it's been working, it's been working. There's no need for you to upgrade and get more financial responsibility. Bruh, 12, bro. 12, bro. What is the comment section saying? Someone said 3 bedrooms, 12 kids is abuse and neglect. I said what I said. That was 2,400 likes. Someone said technically it's not. And then another person said, how is it not? Having child after child after child when you can't give them proper space, quality time, or resources is irresponsible and neglect. I agree. That's why I don't believe in bringing a child into this world, having my own child, until I'm well off financially. My child is not going to struggle financially at all. We're not going to be in a financial standpoint where we're struggling financially. I know things happen, but listen, we all know what makes a baby. You know what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen until I'm financially secure. Someone said stacking children on top of each other in bedrooms and forcing 13 people to use one singular bathroom is neglect. I agree. What are your thoughts on this in the comment section down below? And subscribe if you like this type of content. Let's get it. All right, so we got 3 more topics for today's show. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below and in the chat. This is the time to disagree, whatever. You know, I don't see anything in the chat. So what I'm going to do is take a quick restroom break, and I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we are back. We're going to go ahead and move into the second topic of today's show. Meta AI glasses. This one's a really good topic. Let's get into it. See what people are complaining about when it comes down to Meta AI and people recording when they're really not supposed to. Let's see what's going on.
If you see somebody out in public and they got a blinking light like this on their glasses, 9 times out of 10, be prepared because they're recording. If you have the money to invest, I really recommend investing in the Ray-Ban Meta AI glasses. These are a great investment for the people who are shy about creating content. The people who want to make POV content, this is definitely going to be your best friend. These are so good. I want to get another pair in a different style just for the hell of it. This has made content creation so much easier. Instead of having to hold a camera around, I'm literally walking around hands-free.
I ain't gonna lie, that's tough. And when you see it on your phone and we're watching it right now, it's pretty tough. But let me be clear. I bought a pair about a month and a half ago. All right. I wanted to experiment with it to see what things I could do as a content creator, seeing how I could use it to help me make money. It was a business write-off, right? But I returned them things, and I'm gonna tell you why in just a couple seconds. But let's continue her video and see why she believes it's such a great investment.
Making content. The pair that I have on are the Wayfarers. These were $379 after tax. It came up to $411. I got the transitional lens. I wanted sunglasses, and then I also wanted a pair of glasses. They had the type where the lens transitioned from a clear lens to a sunglass. This is a great investment for people who are shy about, recording in public. I'm going to do a POV video just to show y'all, hey, Meta, start recording. And then there's a button. Sure enough, this is how you know if somebody's recording. There's going to be a light that comes on it.
And yeah, there's a lot of people who are uncomfortable with people wearing this in certain places, even in public. So we're going to be reacting to some videos of people actually talking about that, because the internet is blowing up about how uncomfortable everybody is and they're freaking out about it. But let me be clear. Again, I actually bought two pair because I didn't like how the wafers fit me. I bought another pair. I forgot what they were called, but I think they're trash. I ain't going to hold you. I think they're trash. And let me tell you why. They're tethered to your phone via Bluetooth. So you have to have the Meta AI app. It's not connected to Gemini. It's not connected to GPT. It's connected to Meta, which is basically Facebook, right? Zuckerberg. Now, Meta has its own AI. It's cool and everything, but for what it's worth, the AI doesn't really do too much for me. I was hoping that it was going to help me streamline things in life, like help put something on my calendar or help remind me or create a to-do list or certain things like tell me directions on how to get from point A to point B. And it does do those things, but not to the degree of integrating with other apps. Right now, when you get these Meta AI glasses, it is literally in the ecosystem of Meta, meaning, yes, you can send text messages. That's pretty cool. And it'll announce text messages. That's pretty cool. When you get a phone call through your phone, you can answer the phone. But some things that you can't do, for example, is you can't record in vertical. I mean, no, you can't record in horizontal. So like this video right now is a horizontal video, right? It only does vertical, which is like what you're seeing right now on this video that we are reacting to. All right. The other thing is you can only record, I think, up to 3 minutes of video. I'm a long form creator now. That's where the money is at. Most people still hustle on short form and they don't make too much money with that. I'm not going back to making short form pieces of content. Another thing is, well, privacy. Honestly, I've heard that Meta can see things that you record, and I don't know what people be recording. Well, we know what they be recording sometimes, but I'm not using it for that reason. But I'm just like, I don't need that type of trouble right now. And one of the last reasons why I believe it's trash is because if you guys have never heard of the Apple Vision Pro, you got to go test it out at Apple. The Apple Vision Pro is literally a VR headset that acts like a pair of glasses. It's a lot bigger than an actual pair of glasses, but it is literally like a MacBook on your face. It tracks your eye movement and you pinch your fingers in order to select things that are in the sky. Literally, you have your windows floating in reality. You have to try it out at Apple. You can book a demo for free. No, this video isn't sponsored at all. But it is so ahead of its time. That's why most people don't know about it. One, because of the price. It's $3,500. Do the demo. Believe me, do the demo. You've never seen anything like this. And it is literally a whole computer. It's like a MacBook on your face. I demoed the Apple Vision Pro long before I bought the Meta AI glasses. I had the Generation 2, which is what she has. But going to that from demoing the Apple Vision Pro, I was like, I might as well just get what I want. Like, I'm not going to get the watered down version, But let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Do you have a pair of Meta AI glasses? Do you know somebody with them? Do you like them? Or why don't you like them? Now, let's get into why people feel uncomfortable and they're freaking out about other people owning these.
We live in Cook County. It's her birthday, man.
So you telling me somebody got locked up and was recording their footage as they were in jail? This is so ghetto, man. What is going on?
Ain't none of y'all get locked up. Let me see. What the fuck? Angela.
Yes.
You see how they're able to record everything? Most people aren't unaware of like the recording feature or the camera feature. They just think they're a pair of glasses. That's pretty cool. You like 007, but at this cost? Hell no, I'm good.
Cheers.
Bro, this is too wild. This is too wild.
You own Meta Ray-Ban glasses and you ever get the sensation that you're not alone, you may be onto something. Two Swedish newspapers sent journalists to Nairobi. They found that thousands of workers at a company called Sama, which is a Meta subcontractor, we'll get back to that, sitting in a monitored facility reviewing footage captured by your glasses. Their job is to draw boxes around objects to train Meta's.
Yep, this is how they train AI. I was just about to say it. This is how they train AI, man. They outsource other people in third world countries and they help identify what the glasses or the cameras are looking at so the AI knows what it's looking at.
AI. Now, this footage includes people's bathrooms, bedrooms, bank cards left on counters, people undressing, people doing things after undressing. One worker told the journalists that you understand it's someone's private life you're looking at. If you start asking questions, you're gone. Very great criminal workplace story has started with that line. Meta says that faces are automatically blurred. The workers say the blurring doesn't always work. Pretty sure I know who I trust. 7 million pairs were sold last year, for a sense of scale here. Now, here's the issue. Plenty of companies collect data. You know that. I know that. We accept that. The issue is disclosure and misleading marketing. Meta marketed these glasses with the tagline designed for privacy, controlled by you. Seemingly, the edition monitored by somebody in Africa.
I'm not even sorry to say this, but who trusts Meta? You know what I'm saying? Like nobody. I have yet to hear somebody say, yeah, you know, I am on Facebook and I do trust them with my information. Like we know our information is out there, but this is a whole different level. I mean, they're making their own hardware that has a computer inside of it that can record and also send back data that's been recorded. You are giving up a lot of your privacy for that reason. Are they worth it? Again, I always say if you're not some type of person who's committing a crime, if you are not the type of person that should be like that the country is searching for because you're doing something wrong, then why be worried? Now, when people start doing inappropriate things, or not even inappropriate, they start doing more sexual things and they want the glasses to record things, that's when you get into why the hell would they have access to this? This is the gap I think Apple is going to fill. A lot of you may not like Apple. I don't care. I'm an Apple fanboy. I got the iPhone. I'm filming on the iPhone. I got the MacBook. I got the iPad. I got everything. Everything is Apple. Okay. But I believe Apple is going to serve the audience with having more privacy when they start making their wearables, when it comes down to eyewear, more accessible and affordable. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below.
Didn't make it past the focus groups. A class action filed this week says that the plaintiffs relied on that language and would not have bought the glasses if they'd understood what was happening with their footage. When the Swedish journalists visited 10 eyewear stores, the salespeople also didn't know what data the glasses transmit. Some said everything stays local. Good salesperson. It doesn't, though. You cannot use the AI features without sending data to Meta's servers. The terms of service mention human review, but it is, of course, buried in a separate document most people never see. But here's the part that makes this something bigger than a data privacy story and something potentially quite sinister. Smart glasses don't just create consent questions for the wearer, they also create them for everybody around the wearer. Partners didn't consent, bystanders on the street didn't consent, people in your bathroom brushing their teeth or what have you did not sign up to become training data for an.
That's true, but everybody has cell phones these days and they got a camera right on the back of them. So what are we really getting to here? At that point, you really have to question everything that has a camera on it, because even though this is not a pair of glasses, then I can have the Gemini app, I can have GPT, I can have Meta AI, any AI. I can create my own damn AI. You know what I'm saying? And literally have a camera on the back of my phone and in the front of my phone, and you not know I'm taking a picture or a video of you. I think this is something that's not going to change because like we're attached to these things. You know what I'm saying? You're watching me right now, and I got 3 of these things pointed at me. So make it make sense. We live in a world where when you step outside, you're being monitored. I mean, even in your home, if you have a device that activates by you saying a keyword, you're more than likely getting listened to and monitored.
an annotation pipeline in Nairobi. Sama isn't just some random subcontractor that appeared in this story for the first time. They actually have a history, and Meta's highly problematic Kenya labor pipeline. Former Facebook moderators there alleged traumatic working conditions, PTSD level harm, and retaliation for organizing. That's why the smart glasses story is something even bigger than a privacy horror story. It is also about the hidden labor system underneath consumer AI that people don't really think about, because the products are sold as seamless and automatic, but they depend on a vast amount of cheap human labor to label, review.
Yeah, so what she's describing is other people in third world countries, they have to watch the footage that you record. And there's terrible content out there. There's, violent content out there. There's a lot of stuff that people get mentally scarred from monitoring and training the AI off of. And this is something that I've watched or I've done research on about a half a year ago. And it's actually pretty crazy. I can say that I believe that's a tough job. Like, mentally, you have to watch everything somebody records. There's no like type of filter or anything. They are the ones filtering. They are the ones training the AI. So it's terrible. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to keep it hush. But on the opposite side, when we think about these things, even down to like your doorbell, if you got one of these Ring doorbells or whatnot, Amazon owns Ring. There's tons of companies out here that monitor and keep footage for whatever reason, and most people don't read the fine print, but that's the truth. We're being monitored. As long as I'm not wanted, I'm good. Now, I don't be doing all that crazy stuff where I'm filming sensitive moments, you know what I'm saying? Vulnerable moments. I'm good. I don't be doing that. So I'm not worried about it. Now, other people, hey, you know what I'm saying? There's risk to everything. I mean, we got people who have OnlyFans nowadays. Like, they advertise their, but it's like online prostitution. You know what I'm saying? People have no shame to their game these days. You know what I'm saying? But for those who want to keep things private, you just got to know. If you didn't make the device and it's connected to the internet, they more than likely have access to it.
And clean up data sets, also known as your life. The timing actually makes it way worse, if that's possible. 3 weeks ago, the New York Times reported that Meta is planning to add facial recognition to these same glasses. A feature called Name Tag, which sounds innocuous, but it would let wearers identify strangers in real time. Kind of like
that is so tough. It's like Watch Dogs. That is so tough.
Shazam for stranger. It's not immediately clear why this is a nightmare. It has terrifying implications for stalking and harassment, not to mention protests, immigration, other sensitive places. This is not a Black Mirror episode. This is so-called privacy controlled by.
It's the world we live in. What are your thoughts on this? I do think and believe that it's definitely going to cause harm. I don't know what people would benefit from when identifying someone through a pair of glasses when they don't know them. It's definitely going to make human interaction more awkward the more people adopt this type of technology. I don't think it's going to go away. I think there's going to be some benefit to it in the future off of how it can help people. I don't know how it can help people. Do you know? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below, and subscribe if you like this type of content. All right, my people, we're going to go ahead and move into the next topic of today, which is, so a teen got fired over not serving a Trump supporter couple. All right, so we got both ends of the stick on this one. I did some deep research for you all so we can hear both sides of the story. So let's get into it.
Right, which is discrimination.
Yeah, we're at Smoothie King, and they're discriminating and saying we cannot get service because Jake has a Trump service on.
Okay,
so
you said you were going to leave, so please just have a great day and leave so we can continue what we're doing. Like, thank
we
you.
were just wanting a smoothie, and you literally looked at us, and I asked you if everything was okay. You said we don't feel comfortable serving you because of my husband's hoodie. That is discrimination.
Now imagine living in a world where someone's wearing something or believes a certain ideology and you don't want to serve them, not because of who they are, but because of who they chose when it comes down to a side. Now, I'm going to be clear on this, and I'm going to say this only one time. This is exactly what Black people complain about when it comes down to discrimination and being treated unfairly back in the day, right? Oh, we shouldn't have been treated like this just because we're black, right? That's discrimination. I'm going to call him out for what I see it. Dr. Martin Luther King, right? Of course, there's controversy on that, but let's just say he had a dream that a man wouldn't be judged by what he looks like, but by his character. But here are black people right here doing the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Nation.
Okay, well, have a great day. Like,
That is illegal.
that's illegal.
I said Trump discriminates us.
That has nothing to do with us wanting a smoothie.
Okay, but that's who you support. That's who you love. Though.
You don't,
Go ahead,
but
have a
you
great day.
you don't own this. You don't own Smoothie King.
You're gonna no longer have your job.
People just need to keep their emotions and politics out of the job, man. They need to keep it out. They want a smoothie. You want to get paid. Has nothing else to do with anything else that's going on in this world. Just do it and get it over with. If you don't like the person, get it over with.
Literally. Like, I'm confused. Is this a joke?
Good luck maintaining your employment.
I don't care. Like, have a great day.
When your company is charged, yeah, you will.
So literally, Jake's wearing his hoodie. They would not serve us because Jake's wearing a Trump hoodie. Talking about discrimination,
That's embarrassing.
it is embarrassing. No, what's embarrassing is that we're American citizens and I wanted to get a smoothie.
Because my manager was here, she said the same thing to you. That's why I said.
I'm not in it for all the arguing, man. I be hating when I hear people argue. I'm like, bro, what do we get into? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to serve or not? Because I'm going to put in a complaint. You know what I'm saying? And where this ended up, you're not even going to guess. You're going to be so surprised because, people love to play victim. They're going to feel bad for the person who got fired because most people don't like Trump in this country. Okay, woo-de-woo. But then I heard they started a GoFundMe and that thing got shut down. We got to find out what's happening. We're going to hear from the girl on the opposite end who is actually refusing to serve them in just a couple seconds. Watch this.
What I'm saying to you, okay?
But then, hey, you know that's a crime, right?
It's not.
Discrimination
We
is a
have the
crime.
right to refuse service here, and that's what we
Not
did.
due to political views, though. Not due to
You
political
asked her what was
views.
wrong, and she said that she was
It's okay,
uncomfortable,
it's a
right or
crime.
wrong.
It's all right.
You asked the question, she answered. Have a great day.
That's a
Have a
crime.
great day.
You know that's
The
a
door is right there. Have a
And
great
people believe they're making a change or standing up for something by not serving people off of their own belief. What are you standing up for? You feel me? Because if somebody were to do this to you with your own beliefs, would you be happy? Would you think that's a solution? Would you want to still be served? Would you have a problem with this? People.
How embarrassing.
Have a great day. Call the police. Okay?
Wow.
Discrimination.
Yeah, I am going to call the police.
That's a
Hi guys, it's Janai and Michelle. I'm just gonna explain what happened yesterday at Smoothie King Ann Arbor. So basically, it was really busy the whole day. It was just me and my other coworker. And basically, this couple
We don't care how busy it was. Just get to the point.
comes in the midst of it being like super busy, so we cannot attend to them right away. We're just like, hello, we'll be with you in a moment. And they're just giving us really weird looks, and so like we're kind of looking at them back like, what's going on? And that's when we realized they're wearing Trump merch. And that's when my coworker says to me like that, like, this is making me uncomfortable, like this is weird, like, because mind you, it was really the day right after Black History Month. And that's when Torta asked us if there was an issue, and that's when my coworker said like, yeah, we're uncomfortable because of your sweater, of your husband's sweater, and she was taking an order on the headset for the drive-through, and then so that's why I was doing most of the talking, because she was attending to the customer, so that's why like, yeah, like we are uncomfortable. And then that's when he immediately gets loud. As you can see guys in my video, we're just saying like, yeah, like we're uncomfortable, blah 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 blah, and then he immediately gets loud like, discrimination, you're discriminating against us. And
That is what discrimination is. He wasn't posing a threat. He wasn't saying he was going to do anything. What is your thoughts on this? Like that is exactly what discrimination is. I'm uncomfortable because you have this on. I'm uncomfortable because of what you're wearing.
And that's when we start to get loud, because like this grown man is getting loud at us, and he's probably so angry because he is an ex-meth head, okay? And yeah, like,
All right. See, and this is what people do when they don't have a good enough reason off of why they made the actions they made. They start pulling from other things. I hate it when people do this. Don't get me wrong. This has nothing to do with color at all. This happens on the news. All right. When black males or when African American descent people literally do something and they just start telling the whole background about it, right? And it just makes the story more spicy, right? But this is exactly what she's doing with the opposite race. Oh, well, yeah, he's an ex-meth head. Like, bro, what? That had nothing to do with him coming in and wanting a smoothie, especially if he didn't threaten you, if he wasn't doing meth in your presence. What made you uncomfortable? You told on yourself. Having a Trump piece of clothing or whatever. You decided to identify the person as such and then made the assumption that because they're a Trump supporter, they're being a certain way. People get grumpy all the time when they don't get their food. You know what I'm saying? How many of my ladies get hangry? You know what I'm saying? Chill out. Just do your job. Give them the smoothie and get paid.
I told them, like, as you guys can see in my video, I said we have the right to refuse service. Have a good day. They did not want to listen to that. Like, have a good day, SpongeBob Big Guy Pants. Okay, like, I'm not really sure what else to tell you guys, so that's why I kept repeating, have a good day, thank you. And then they started like asking us for our names, like saying that they were going to call the police on us, and it's just like, baby, you said you were going to leave, so what are you still doing here? The door, okay? And now everybody's attacking me online, all the goys. News stations have picked this up. I'm trending on every social media platform. It's not like, guys, like, we just gotta lock in and wake up. It's not about Trump. It's not about Biden. Baby, Israel. Israel's the real issue here, okay?
What is real? What are we getting to? Because the only thing that you said that made you be like you're uncomfortable is him having a piece of clothing that said he supported Trump.
We all need to just wake up and accept it. And that's all the Queen Miss Michelle has to say. Goodbye.
And accept what exactly? Let's see what the comment section has to say. There was 3,000 people who commented. One person said, crazy that politics get in your way from being an adult and doing your job. 1,800 people like that. Another person said, if y'all are uncomfortable by someone's sweatshirt, y'all got bigger issues. Another person commented, or the creator commented underneath that and said, the sweater that represents hate. You know, one thing about politics and about symbolism is that a certain symbol can mean something different to someone else than it does to you. You making assumptions like that definitely puts you in a discriminative position because you are assuming that your negative perception means that same thing to that person. It's being a victim, literally. Yeah, y'all. So she got fired. I want to go to the article real quick. She got fired. She said she got a new job, but where this story went was insane. Let me go ahead and get to that. Let me get to the article. All right. So okay, so here's how corporate responded. In a series of statements, Smoothie King stressed its zero tolerance policy towards discrimination, including on the basis of political affiliation. Corporate officials and the local franchise owner apologized directly to the couple and confirmed that mandatory retraining would be implemented to reinforce guest experience standards. The incident has reignited debate over political expression in public-facing businesses and the responsibilities of private companies to remain neutral. While businesses retain certain rights regarding service policies, companies often adopt non-discrimination standards that extend to political affiliation in order to maintain inclusive environments, meaning they can't deny you because of your political beliefs. For the teen employee involved, the episode captures the risks of viral exposure in politically charged encounters, particularly when minors are involved. So, this article does not share the GoFundMe part, but she got shut down on the GoFundMe. Oh, here we go right here. The employee at the center of the incident who described herself as a minor created a page on GoFundMe claiming she refused service to Trump supporters and that she was recorded without permission. She wrote that after the video was posted online, she received hundreds of hate comments and threats, making it unsafe for her to return to work. That's crazy. Now this is why you just need to do your job. You know what I'm saying? You thought it was gonna go somewhere. You should have just served a smoothie. Like, you should have just gave the food, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to like how somebody looks. You don't have to like the color of their skin. You don't have to like their hair. You don't have to like anything about them. You ain't even got to like the way they smell. Just serve the person. Just do your job. You got hired to make smoothies, not make political debates. The fundraising page was later disabled. It remains unclear whether the removal was initiated by the platform or the campaign organizer. The employee did not respond to requests for comment, according to the Detroit News. And this article is from Shine My Crown GNY. All right. So, yeah. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe if you like the content. Let's go ahead and get into the next topic. All right. So we got one more topic for today on the show. How are you guys liking the show? Like the show if you guys are enjoying it. We have some people coming in and out, so I appreciate everybody who has been watching. All right, so next up we got a guy who actually got his $4,000 laptop stolen from him, and he did his own investigation to get it back. This was really interesting because I'm like, you don't hear too many stories where somebody gets robbed and they get the items back. All right, let's get into it. He actually shared his experience and story on social media.
Someone broke into my car today, stole my bag that had my $4,000 laptop and headphones, medication, all kinds of things. I stupidly left it in the car, but the story ends a little differently than you probably think it does. So here's what happened. I had a business meeting at a coffee shop. During that time, someone broke into my car, and because I own only Apple products, I was able to go to the Find My app and see the last seen location of all these products. I had a MacBook Pro and AirPods. So at first they were both showing at the same location, but then later on, the laptop appeared again in another location, and it was a mobile repair store. And then it showed up a little bit later, just down the street, and it looked like it was at one of a couple different houses. So when I was talking to the police on the phone, they told me to go near where the laptop was last seen and wait for a sheriff. So I went to a Starbucks down the street, told them where I was going to be, and just sat there and waited for a couple hours. The sheriff came and they said they're going to go knock on a few doors. The sheriff called me again about 10 minutes later, couldn't find anything. So the first thing I decided to do was go to that mobile repair shop. I asked them, do you guys buy used laptops here? They said yes. So I said, did anybody?
Shout out to him for being wise about not just saying, hey, yeah, someone stole my laptop and I think they brought it here, because he doesn't know who stole it yet or for what reason.
Somebody tried to sell you a laptop earlier today. And he said, yes, a guy came in here a couple hours ago and tried to sell a laptop, but he didn't know the code, so I told him I couldn't take it. So I asked him if he had...
well, he did say it then, so never mind.
Had any cameras or anything, or if he could identify the person. And he said, we have cameras, but they don't record. Next, I went back on the Find My app to check the location of my AirPods.
Why have a computer shop with tens and thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of computers in there and your cameras don't record? That means if something were to happen, then how would you get any type of playback? It's all live. A computer store, like it's a tech repair shop, and they don't have cameras that record.
Which was 20 minutes away, closer to where the break-in actually happened. Drove all the way there. I found my bag, my AirPods case, and the AirPods and my medicine and everything all sprawled out. They just took everything and just threw it. So once I found that, my next thought was, I wonder if they dumped the laptop as well. So I decided to drive all the way back again to where the laptop was last seen. And there was a empty creek, all fenced off, and like a bridge over that. There was tons of trash there. So clearly a dumping spot. And I looked around for a little while, and I finally saw my laptop a little bit hidden in some tall grass. And there was a hole in the fence. So I crawled through the hole in the fence, walked down this very steep hill, found my laptop, and opened it up, and it was totally fine. It was a little dirty with grass on it, but the screen is undamaged, and it's completely usable. So here's what got me thinking, though. They had to have opened my laptop at that location where they dumped it in order for me.
Yeah, in order for him to have that last location. But first of all, shout out to Apple. I'm about to look. I know some of y'all out here are Windows boys or girls, or, you know, you like Android, you like all the customization that it brings and whatnot, but shout out to Apple, man. I just got done a couple clips ago talking about how I have almost Apple everything. And I get it. Other companies do have similar technology. That's great. But one thing that I love about Apple is that they allow you to track all of your devices. They just do, even if it doesn't have Wi-Fi. Like the technology, the whole ecosystem is just amazing. It's amazing. I love it. It saved me so much money, even down to creating YouTube videos like this. Most of you probably think I use a professional camera. I'm using an iPhone 14 Pro Max. It's a wireless webcam because it's linked to my MacBook via continuity camera. You know how much money that saved me? I've bought thousands of dollars worth of camera gear before. I'm using a MacBook and an iPhone and another older iPhone. It's an iPhone XR to make these videos. You know what I'm saying? And then when I want to have an extra display, I'm using my iPad right here. Like, shout out to Apple for that, man. You come on, man. You got, like, he did his own investigation and found his $4,000 laptop. Let's continue.
Me to be able to see the location. And it was also like, they clearly didn't just throw it over the fence. They must have crawled through that same hole in the fence and kind of placed it nicely in an area where it wouldn't get damaged. So I'm wondering if they actually wanted me to find it. Someone broke into my car today.
Now that's wild. To steal it, bring it to a computer store, not be able to unlock it. Shout out to Apple again. And then placing it somewhere where it wouldn't get too much damage, if anything, is insane. Let's see what the comment section has to say. Because if someone stole my laptop, it's not $4,000, but if someone stole my laptop, I'd be pissed too. But I'd track it as well. As a matter of fact, before I even get into the comment section, I know someone, I'm not going to say their name. I know someone who got their scooter stolen, an electric scooter stolen, right? It was in a public area. And they had an AirTag attached to it. And what ended up happening was there were people who were snipping like these lock devices on the actual scooters that were locked up on the bike rack. And so they stole the scooter. The next day, the person woke up and was able to locate where they took the scooter because the AirPod was attached to the scooter. Long story short, they called the cops. The cops came. They circled around to see where the scooter would have been. The person tried to get the cops to like search the homes, but obviously legal reasons, it's probably not going to happen. They tried to ring the AirPod, or not the AirPod, but they tried to ring the AirTag, and the AirTag was found in the grass. So the person found the AirTag and threw it in the grass somewhere. The scooter's long gone after that. But now they bought a new scooter and dropped the AirTag into the actual part of the scooter where you can't get it out, because the AirTag's battery, I think they last like 2 to 3 years. It's amazing. And the way the technology works is it uses other devices that are connected to Wi-Fi and have a cellular connection, and it uses it to kind of locate and give you a really good assumption of where that device may be, even though the AirTag itself isn't connected to Wi-Fi. In the same way, I think it's the same way when your device or iPhone or iPad or MacBook is turned off, it uses that same type of technology. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Let's see what the comment section has to say. Someone said they stashed it until they could find a buyer or figure out how to gain access. Yeah, but why put it outside? You know what I'm saying? Like, were they homeless? Someone said he was coming back for it later. Another person said a camera that doesn't record is useful. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm like, even our Ring camera on our doorbells, record. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't a tech store have actual cameras that record footage? It doesn't make sense at all. Another person said, you are the reason every year I have to do a training at work to not leave my work laptop in my car. Yeah, when I put stuff in my car, first of all, I got a book bag. You know what I'm saying? I got a tech book bag. All my tech goes in there, right? But when I leave my car, when I go to the gym, right? Even when I go anywhere I go, I'm not leaving anything in my car. My car looks brand new, looking from the outside in. Because I don't put anything in my car. I don't give anybody a motivation to break into my car other than breaking into my car. You know what I'm saying? I don't like people knowing what I have in my book bag. I don't like people seeing me on my laptop in public. Look, it just is what it is. You can't trust people nowadays. Now, for those of you that hate Tesla for whatever reason and hate electric cars, all right, we about to tap into a little bit of surveillance benefits, because even though your car can be broken into, no matter if it's an electric car, a Tesla, or any other car, having something that actually records footage when people are around your car is so beneficial. There were times where family members would take out the trash or check the mail or even stop and look at my car. And then I would get notifications that somebody's looking at my car, standing near my car, and it's been pre-recorded. That type of technology, like how can you hate on something like that? You know what I'm saying? But hey, I digress. This is not a Tesla video. Okay. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you like the content, and I will see you guys on the next show. I'm out. Peace. All right, my people, that was a successful show. I appreciate everybody that tapped in and watched the live. I appreciate everybody that has subscribed, that has liked the video, and engaged with the chat. We're going to go live tomorrow morning, all right? I'm so excited to tap into those topics as well. Here's a little, I guess, backstage access for you all. I have been working with different AI programs that help me produce higher quality titles and thumbnails, and it is amazing. We're going to be putting out so much content within this next year. It's going to be insane. I'm so excited for it. I actually even hired an extra. I actually even invested in actually having another mentor that's helping me grow my YouTube channel to help serve you all better and have more interesting topics and make sure that you guys are getting entertained and educated if you are interested in that as well when it comes down to making money with YouTube and growing your income streams. Other than that, though, I will see you guys on the next show tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.